bought it and it needs some work and it's on its way here right now. Maggie 2.0. All right, starting yet another episode. I've been working a lot this week, doing loads of dives, not putting out any YouTube videos. Sorry about that. But I've been working because I wanted to get a new dinghy. My dinghy, there's a popular conception in the boat world that inflatable dinghies are disposable. Now, I don't like disposable things on the whole, and so I've worked really hard to try and keep this thing inflated. But as you can tell, it hasn't been going well. I'm on patch about 30 or 40 or something, and yeah, I'm just sick of it. So I started putting feelers out there for a new dinghy, and I found one fairly locally that is a very similar design with no inflatable bits, and it's all welded aluminum. So I bought it, and it needs some work, and it's on its way here right now. This is
bought it just like I was so close.
Maggie 2.0. There's some zinc bolts to the stern. Yeah, no, he's put a coat of paint on it.
Oh yeah, it does have some metal. That's good.
Yeah, I think he might have welded that new bow rail. Is new. It's got a deeper V than my original.
Oh no, this thing's gonna be great. Yeah.
And it's got a... I've got, well actually I wanted to put it, back a lot, but it might be faster if you just drove straight up and around.
Hands down, understand now, got plans now, got big dreams now, that got big schemes.
So this might look a little familiar for you if you're into sailing YouTube, to Maggie, SV Delos's trusty dinghy they've been using in their videos for years and years. There's a few minor differences. She's a foot longer. She has probably a deeper V, more upturned nose, think slightly bigger railings all the way around, a wimpier motor of just 15 horse. So we've got some cleaning to do on it. Couldn't be too hard.
Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can be chasing on these. They feeling it going down. Selling this man down. Life getting on in the back now. Keeping it in, I'ma stand down.
All right. So the paint is almost all off on the top side, and I'm kind of falling in love with this all aluminum look. Now there's these two holes drilled in the top side, one port, one starboard, and I filled up the port one with the air gun just to see if there were any leaks in the pontoons, and everything held steady. But when I filled this one, I had a little water crack happen right here. So I'm going to assume the other side, which also has some dents on the underside right there, is going to have a similar situation. So we're going to clean both up, and we're going to see if we can just put an extra few beads of weld right down here on this bottom edge, toughen that corner up. Makes sense that there's some wear and tear down there, and I fully expected, even though this is not an inflatable, for it to still have some leaks. Okay, I was a little worried about my welding back here because this stuff is pretty thin and it's used aluminum, and it's notoriously hard to weld used aluminum. I wouldn't go hanging, building a bridge with that kind of quality of weld, but I definitely think that it's sealed and that it's not going to leak on me in the future. Fingers crossed. I have to give credit where credit's due, and that is that Chris came by again and gave me some pointers. Basically admonished me for not cleaning my everything as often as I should, and that's exactly what it came down to. It was just, I must have wore a hole through the floor just walking back and forth to my bench grinder to grind my tungsten every single time I fucked it up. But eventually I did get it, so that's great. We're gonna weld these 4 holes that were screwed through the floor. These all held bilge pumps before. And they screwed them to the floor, but the problem with that is if you leave an aluminum boat in the water long term, with a different metal like stainless steel right next to it, you'll have galvanic corrosion despite the zinc and everything else. So we're just going to weld those shut, and then in the future I'm going to just Sikaflex my bilge pump to the floor and not drill through the aluminum. Yeah, there's going to be stainless fittings here and there. Like, I can't put aluminum bolts on this thing, so there's going to be stainless bolts, but at least they'll all be above the water line, so less of a problem there. So I doubt it'll fire first pull, but it is a Honda, so who knows.
Safety first, really.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really good, brother.
Smells like you, Mom.
Bye, honey. So far, so good. Nicely done.
That little idle out to my boat, which is good.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Watch out for the dragon boaters.
They got more horsepower. We did for sure.
Just a full pull right here. 3, 2. With some life jacket on type activities. 100%. That was scary as shit. Like a 20 horse is like, I don't know, man. Like, it's like almost not enough to push like divers and all the weight, but it's too much solo. Like, it's scary solo. With the keel,
Yeah, you're ripping.
so twitchy. I did just a tiny little in my neck and like shot out. I thought I was gonna get flung off the boat. Like, it was really intense.
Heart's pounding.
Oh yeah, it should be, you know, set up this thing on a tether and, you know, all of that. Like,
Yeah, I like the kill cords attached to the motor. That's good.
For sure, good idea. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm torn. I'm like, I don't want to go that fast in the boat alone, but I kind of want to go faster than I did with 2 of you on board.
Yep.
And
The
I think
20
once we put,
the 20 is solid.
But once we put the scuba gear on, like, are we still going to be able to haul, like, plane with 2 divers on board? I'm not sure.
She'll hog, for sure. Do you have
I think she'll bury. I don't think she'll plane at all.
yeah, she'll just plow.
Yeah. Really impressed by how she carries that 20 horse. I thought the stern would be buried a lot more. Buoyancy's good. I guess that's part of having the V at the back. It adds that much air down low. Worked. So I just gotta go mark the water line now, and then we'll haul her back out of the water and put some proper aluminum undercoat primer and then some aluminum bottom paint. All right, so the boat is parked, but it needs a lot of things before it's ready to go. One of the things it needs is a tow bar, but I still want a tiller because I like the space inside the boat. We're gonna go back to the V4 pipe bender, and we're gonna fit in some aluminum tubing, and I'm gonna do some welding. And hopefully, at the end, we'll have an arch that doubles as a solar arch and a tow bar. Now, first things first, I'm having a little bit of a problem with this pipe bender. The pipe I have, the aluminum pipe, is schedule 40, and it fits into this 1-inch hole, but it doesn't fit into here. So I'm guessing that it's just a manufacturing thing and there's just a little bit of burr on the outside. I'm gonna try grinding just the outer bit right here all the way around, and we'll see if it's just a real light grind. Let's see if that helps the situation. Alright, so first I tried to do it on my bench, and it's the first time I actually used the pipe bender for anything kind of close to its maximum, and of course ripped it right out of the bench. So then we set it up over on the lift, and now I've got myself my first arch, and let's just see how it fits. Alright, multiply by 2. Okay, so it's not machinist level precision, but it's certainly close enough for the likes of me. And already, you know, going from a big long pole to these much smaller objects, it's feels a lot sturdier, and I feel a little bit more okay with the idea of using this to tow something. Alright, I like the way that looks. Yeah. You know, maybe offset a bit more. Just a little skinny. Oopsie-daisy. The water line would be there. So if we're using that much pipe, we've got about...
So the water line's there, then how far? We're going to be like
2.5 feet.
Sitting like right here, right?
Yeah, so could you, like I could reach up, and that would be as short as I could possibly go then. I would
say that would even be a bit too short.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might want 6 inches.
Bottom, like right here,
Oh, watch out, there's a big pile of dough.
Oh shit. And you want it to swing, but then, so say if it's like this long, when it was standing upright,
Yeah.
it would be like that.
Oh my god.
What about if we did it on the side?
Yeah, so the only thing I'm thinking with the detachable thing is that if I know myself, I'm going to hop in the water and then go look back at the boat and see the ladder's not set up and go, oh shit, now I got to take all my gear off and hoist myself over the edge and grab the ladder and set it all up and put all my gear back on again. So I was really hoping to be able to deploy the ladder from the water. You can tuck it alongside fairly. Oh, look at that.
Right? Actually, that's another thing that we were thinking about when we were stowing it here.
Yeah,
How
where the steps go.
where the steps would go.
Oh man, what a problem. A lot of thinking. Okay, well this morning I got some diving work to do in Degnan. So far I've only really taken this boat in Silva Bay, so this will be the first time I'm leaving the bay and heading over to the next bay over. It's a small mission, maybe about half a nautical mile out, half a nautical mile back. But I'll be going over there, I'll be doing a couple of dives, and I'll be testing out a new underwater housing, and we'll see what this boat does. It's a little wavy out there, so we'll see how she is with the waves and whether it's sketchy or not, and whether she needs more power or not. All right, so that's what a typical dive mission for me looks like. I do a fair bit of these jobs. It's a nice little cash thing on the side, and it's a lot of fun. I like getting under boats and checking damage, retrieving cell phones, cleaning boats, checking moorings, stuff like that. This boat is going to be a great addition to that, and also fit in my normal dinghy tasks. It's light enough that I can put it up on the davits on the back of my boat, but it's just like, it's so much more reliable and strong and stable than my previous one. And like going fishing, I'm not worried about hooks. I'm not worried about using a knife on board and puncturing one of my inner tubes. It's just, I see why Delos likes their Maggie so much. This is kind of like Maggie too. If you've got a name idea for it, please leave that in the comments. That'd be great. All the tools that I used in this episode: pipe bender, and I used a 2-ton chain hoist. They're from Vivor, and Vivor sponsored this episode. Big ups to them for sending this stuff out. I really like their website because it had the crazy selection and crazy prices. So the tools are certainly not the highest quality in the world, but they're not bad quality tools. Like they did the job. They did exactly what they're supposed to do, and I will be using them for quite a long time. It's not like they're disposable or anything. Yeah, so totally fine. Yeah, just the price, it makes it so that you can collect a lot of tools pretty quickly. So I got to watch it because I've already ordered a few more things from them. But yeah, check out their website. And yeah, big ups to thank you so much to Vivor for sponsoring this episode, and thank you guys for watching. There will be a part 2 because I am already working on modifying a lot about that boat. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be rad. All right, see you guys next time.